I like these two fighters because they are very similar in many ways. I mean, not saying that they're, not saying the obvious that they're both African fighters who migrated to both Europe and America. We have Ajagba Efe, who lives in Dallas, I believe, and then we have Bakole, who lives now in Scotland, Edinburgh, I believe. Um, these two fighters, actually, when I was with in the we have an episode that we recorded with our good friend of the show, Willie Chaconye, and I asked him to give me his predictions because he did fight not with Efe Ajagba in the African Championships, but he knows Efe in and out. But they fought. Willie was a cruiserweight back in the day. Efe was a heavy, so they kind of cross paths quite a bit, and they know each other. And also, Willie is very familiar with Martin Bakole because of that European connection and the East African games. So he knows these two fighters in and outs, and even his prediction kind of aligned with us. Irony here, his manager's prediction was exactly point, just kind of close to what the score was or what the final events, what happened. But anyways, just pulling that back, talking to Willie, he said there's no way in fit Martin Bakole will lose to Efe Ajagba. He said Efe Ajagba is very, very slow. He said he's an accurate puncher, but he's very, very slow. He said Martin Bakole may look big and a brute, but though he has quick hands. Don't sleep on that. He has quick hands that are deceptive. And he said Efe Ajagba is a bully, but he does not like to be pressured. So if you pressure Efe Ajagba, you will knock him out because of his slow hands. He wants that time to select his accurate punches. And that's what Willie said verbatim. And he said, Martin Bakole is an improviser and he has a very deadly uppercut and he'll catch you. He'll catch you when you're slipping because he's good with the combinations to put you to sleep. And then when you have your high guard too high and a slip up, he hits you with that uppercut that, snaps your neck back. But anyways, he predicted Bakole to get him in a later round. From the videos that Willie and everybody was seeing, including us, we're seeing Bakole looking like he's getting in shape. But events of the day, but the true stories of the day, he stood on the scale at 299, not far from what he was weighing when he came in and fought Joe Parker. So, fellows, take that on with that lead up.
Well, apparently he mentioned he did not have a full camp because you take a knockout loss in the heavyweight division, there has to be some type of time off. I did not expect him to come in that heavy. I'm really hoping that if we see Martin Bakole again, he does not come in at 300 pounds. That is not a good weight for him in the ring. Closer to that 280 mark. Big man such as himself, even getting down a little lighter, I think gives him the advantage over most heavyweights. But the thing that I did not see from him was the IQ. When you are lessened by your preparation that you can have, you still have your mind in the ring. So the cutting the ring off once again that came into play, and you didn't see that adjustment. You saw him actually complain in the middle of the ring and ask the guy to come fight. But you have to go make him fight you. This is the heavyweight division. And this is a big opportunity for your career. Cut the ring off, make a fight happen, and get the dub. If Dogba almost snuck out of there, he just ran out of gas a little bit, running around from a bigger man. But really disappointed in Martin Bakole's performance. One being the weight, he may say he had a shortened camp. That could be possible, but then on top of that, show that you are your ring guy is up to par and corner that guy and get him out of there. He had an opportunity to do that, he just didn't do it. So we got a lackluster draw. It was some entertainment in this fight, but we want to see a victor in these fights.
Yeah, I missed this one. I'm on the drive back. I was going to my location. old faithful spot where I go watch these bouts at, and so I did not see this one. I'm gonna check out the highlights. I was waiting to see maybe if I would watch it in its entirety, but Cam just talked me out of it. So
I'll tell you this though. You'd want to watch it to see something that you've never seen before. It's like seeing it's like I have never, and I never want to see this. I never want to see Ajagba on the back foot ever again. He's the type of fighter I want to see stepping full gas, knocking people out. Like
See,
Efe was legit fighting with a jab and moving back the whole time. Jab and moving back. I wasn't seeing the 1-2 in 1-2, body uppercut. None of that. It was so like Efe had a game plan. They knew this guy was out of shape. I'm gonna take him, and Efe did in the last, like he asked his trainer, like in the 9th or like what round are we on and whatever, and should I now start going for it? He did ask to go for it, but he did listen to his corner. They just didn't want to engage with Bakole at all. He didn't want to engage with, and when he did engage with Bakole, which I give Efe a good, that boy got a jaw because Bakole hit him with some shots, but hit him with some good shots. But also Ajagba's jab work kind of got him that draw, because if it wasn't for that him backfooting, he would have lost that fight. Even with a sloppy Martin Bakole, Efe was gonna lose that fight because he wasn't aggressing. So his jab work, which I never want to see you do that, Efe Ajagba, but you're a specimen, you're a boogeyman, you have one punch knockout power, dude. Like we want to see that. We want to see how. I know they say Bakole could take a hit, but we saw what Joe Parker did to him. Joe Parker was not backfooting. Joe Parker was not Joe Parker was in the line of fire with this big mammoth, and Joe Parker didn't even hit him flush. He grazed him on top of the head, and dude lost his balance. Did he connect him with that? Joe Parker did he? I don't remember if it was a fully connected punch. It was like a graze, and dude kind of like lost his leg.
If it was boxing, a glance blow might have been a shot.
Right.
Strap, I told you got heavy hands, Strap. Like, come on now.
But not
heavyweight division, a glancing blow is a lot. And
exactly.
Coming out of no camp, I was not surprised by that. But you do have to question Turkey's.
Yeah. But we lost you a little bit there, Camp. Yeah, but yeah, like I was picking up what you were saying. We have to question Turkey's decision to bring him back that fast after. Yes, he did get knocked out. He didn't get knocked out flash, and I don't know what the protocol is if you've been knocked out. What's the doctor's clearance date for you to be active again? But dude, he fought like not even 4 months past. He fought like maybe 2 months ago, and you're being brought back into another deadly fighter, and you're just I don't know if the purse or the money's worth it on Bakole's side, but yeah.
You bring it so now you're asking some
decisions.
You're asking some interesting questions, because even though these fights take place in Saudi Arabia, I did notice and catch that they were sanctioned by the British Council. Mm-hmm. So just interesting tidbits there. Strap, I'm gonna ask you one question though.
Yes.
You're talking about Efe fighting off the back foot. Do you think that there were moments that he missed for openings that he missed because he was on the back foot? Or
I think it was a smart plan, very good. But it's also like you could fight on the back foot and be dangerous. We've seen fighters do it all the time. We've seen Evander Holyfield was dangerous on the back foot. He knocked out a few people who are charging at him, but his ring IQ is so high. Evander knocked out people or doing some stuff that you've never seen, just moving. He was a very good offensive, defensive fighter. But this type of back foot fighting was jab, move, not jab, move, play with dude on the ropes as he gets close, kind of turn him, and then now you're on the offense. Not that Evander style. This was textbook Ask MG. Like you're learning boxing. Jab, move. He's trying to cut the ring off, move this side. Jab, move, just to produce activity for the judges.
So 1-on-1.
It wasn't a dangerous back foot approach.
Well, he tried to make an adjustment because Bacoli was so heavy on his front foot and lunging. He took a half step back and started throwing the right hand, throw the right hand over the top. That with some success. What happened was Bacoli decided to close that distance and did not give him the opportunity to have the pull counter and brought it in close. So the adjustment would have been for a jogger either you clinch and force a reset, right? So that you're not having that constant battle. You trying to get away, right? So that's one adjustment he could have made there. And then when you the next adjustment is when you are moving like that and you're moving, you actually lure your opponent into an attack and then you reverse course.
Mm-hmm.
So but the conditioning heavyweight, these are big men. It's hard to do that for that amount of time. It's easy to say it. It's one thing to do it when a 300-pound human is throwing punches at you.
And that's the same way Jang got beat. Remember when Jang got beat his last fight? I forgot the gentleman's name that beat him. He beat him exactly like that. If you're that type of fighter like Jang, Martin Bacoli, like Cam G's been saying this, you have to know how to cut that ring off. George Foreman was a professional at cutting the ring off and putting you in close proximity with him and put you in dangerous spots. Jang didn't do that. Jang couldn't keep up. I don't think Jang was knocked out and TK. He was tired. I think, like a dude like that making you move, hitting you, he was tired. Same thing as Martin Bacoli. He would have got tired if Ajagba had more ring IQ to take advantage of him being out of shape. Who else am I thinking here who fights like that? Like a guy who's like, yo, come in the middle. Why are you running away? That's dude playing tricks. That's Martin Bacoli trying to knowing that, bro, I'm tired chasing you around, dude. Like, I'm not prepared to do the full 10 rounds and just chase you around. But that's how you knock out people. The Ali did that to the professional George Foreman, who was good at stalking and destroying his opponents. Ali, yes, he stuck and moved, but Ali also got in some mix-up with George, but he knew how to get George kind of tired, So it's just, do you have the mindset to take a little bit of pain, even when you're on your back foot, to just create an opening so you can knock out? I don't know. These fighters, I don't think don't have that type of ring IQ. I mean, I don't want to knock their ring IQ, but they don't have the skill set to do that in their defense, jab, move, setup.
Rematch?
No. At least for me. I don't know, Cam. What do you think? You want to see this again?
No, not at all.
I'll take a stiff out. I don't want to see Martin Bacoli fight for another give me a 6 months. Let's see the athletic heavyweights. Let's see the Du Bois and others. These big guys. I mean, Jang. All these guys. Come on, go have a real camp. Go back to 185 when you were fighting Big Baby. Let's go. Let's see you at 185, and maybe I'll want
285.
285. Sorry, 285. Like when you were fighting Jared Big Baby. So Anderson. So